This week on the Socratic Cinema podcast,
Mr. Oscar and I are going to be eating hot dogs tomorrow. You get it? Because Oscar Mayer hot dog.
Meyer dog, yeah.
What?
Classic.
Outlandish
See,
joke.
Screw
Yeah,
my
no,
opinions, huh, Charlie?
Yes, screw you, Kasey.
Yeah, Kasey, sorry, L, but it's okay.
I'm getting booted.
I just feel no need to watch Dog Skinner Ladies movie.
Okay, it's not.
Everyone always tries to say this. Welcome, everyone. We're back with another episode of the Socratic Cinema podcast. My name is James DeLisio. Joining me today are my beautiful co-hosts, Kasey Clark and Charlie Heatherly. Yay!
Hi.
Yay!
Pleasure.
And the reason for the fanfare tonight is because this is a special episode that only happens once a year, where good little boys and girls gather around the fire as we talk about our unwanted opinions about the Oscars.
Yay!
Nominations came out. We missed by a mile with passing, but it's okay. We're here to come back and talk about what did get nominated. Rip passing forever in our hearts. Because today it is time for the 2022 Socratic Cinema Oscar Talks. You know the drill. It's been 2 years of this. We talk about the categories. We talk about what we want to win, but also what we think will win, because those two things are not always the same thing. Today is one of those days where we don't have to spend 10 minutes talking about our initial impressions. Do you guys have initial impressions for the nominations this year? Like just any general comments like, wow, that's surprising, or wow, that's not surprising. I think there's a lot of nominations for Best Picture this year. There's like 10.
Yeah.
That feels
Yeah.
like more than normal, right?
No, I think it's always been pretty high. I mean, Best Picture will typically have more nominations than the other categories.
True. I just feel like 10. Curious.
Is it actually 10? I thought it was 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, so I did fail
there you
first
go.
grade math. Just
That's okay though. We can kind of recover. Let's just break the ice. Let's get right into it.
Yeah.
Let's get right into the noms.
Wait, I have an announcement to make before we do that.
Oh.
If you're interested in seeing the most important category talked about, which is Best Picture, you better stay tuned, because we're going to start off with some good categories, but we're going to save, obviously, the best for last.
I also have another announcement. This episode was sponsored by our patrons. If you would like to support the show, you can become a patron at patreon.com/Socratic Cinema to find out our thoughts on the Oscars 2 days before everyone else. Thank you. Let's kick it off with Best Actor.
Okay.
Thoughts,
Yep.
thinking things.
Okay.
For Best Actor, the nominations are Javier Bardem for Being the Ricardos, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Andrew Garfield for Tick, Tick, Boom, Will Smith for King Richard, and Denzel Washington for The Tragedy of Macbeth. Much to think about. Does anyone have a knee-jerk pick? Does anyone just have their in their heart of hearts? Okay, hold on. Actually, let's start with, of these five, who do you think will win? Like, what is your objective analysis on who you think will wind up taking it? I have an answer.
Okay, well, what's your answer?
I think it will be Benedict Cumberbatch.
Interesting.
I think that's what it's going to be. I think we're setting ourselves up. Power of the Dog is this year's Nomadland, you know, where it's like, I personally am like, but it's going to sweep, you know? That's my feeling.
Yeah, who's been winning Best Actor at other award shows? Is it Benedict Cumberbatch?
I think Garfield won at the Golden Globes.
Oh, shoot.
Garfield.
I think that Garfield is going to win it this year because
I really
he has
hope he
so
does.
much momentum. Like,
He does have a lot of, that's true.
and granted, this momentum is like about his star power in No Way Home. And
Right.
Spoilers. If people somehow haven't seen that movie, And like, granted, the Oscar people are very old and very not hip. I still think that Andrew Garfield did amazing in Tick, Tick, Boom, and that he probably has a really good shot of winning it.
Kasey, weigh in.
I agree with Charlie. I think that in my heart of hearts, I really hope that it's Andrew Garfield, but also I got to root for everybody black. So I'm going to throw in Denzel Washington as well.
You see, okay, I saw Tragedy of Macbeth. Denzel Washington killed it. Like, I'm so glad he got an nomination because that was a really incredibly good performance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was hearing. Yeah.
Yeah, it was straight up bewitching. But I like... Dude, it's the year of the Garf. I have to like.
I hope so.
I'm setting myself up for disappointment if Cumberbatch wins, but I want Garfield to win. Right? I am hungry for it. I'm voracious for it.
I think that's fair. I think nobody's going to vote for Javier Bardem, not because he isn't a phenomenal actor, which he is, but I think 3 people have seen Being the Ricardos.
Yeah, I'm not one of them.
Yeah, exactly. And then Will Smith as King Richard, we should at least give a little, tip of the hat. I think a Will Smith nom is very like healing for us. You know, I think we as a country needed a Will Smith nomination. I don't know if I'm for Will Smith.
Used to be a proper country.
Like, this guy and his wife need to just stop sayings in the media. Just like,
I cannot wait.
Stop talking.
If he wins and he says something so out of pocket in his speech.
Bro, oh no.
Actually, I am rooting for him.
I know. I want Will Smith to win just so I can hear him say something absolutely deranged about his wife in his speech. That's what I want.
But he won't. It's Jada that's been saying the deranged shit. Oh, sorry.
Free my boy.
I'm so sorry. Free my boy.
Free Will from the shackles.
He started saying some stuff. Both of them are going at it now.
No, after he released his book, he's like, you know what?
Kim and Kanye,
rebooting. Oh no! Don't even.
The Smith pamphlet. All right. Andrew Garfield is the Socratic Cinema pick for Best Actor.
Yep.
Yes.
And now they have to win. We're like, I don't know if you guys know this, but we actually have significant lobbying power when it comes to the Academy.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
My uncle actually works for the Oscars, and he said that we can pick him this year.
Yeah. I actually know Mr. Oscar, so
yeah, Oscar and I go way back.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's looking like Andrew Garfield based on our guest just now. Let's kick it over.
Hold on, wait. I got a great pun. Mr. Oscar and I are going to be eating hot dogs tomorrow. You get it? Because like Oscar Mayer hot dog.
What? Yeah.
What?
Classic.
Outlandish
See, I
joke.
refrained from my Oscar food reference, and I feel like we should all carry that energy for the rest of the show.
Wait,
absolutely.
What's your Oscar food reference?
That was a left field joke.
No, that was great. You guys don't understand comedy. Obviously.
Let's take a skip, hop, and a jump. That's the expression. Let's take a skip, hop, and a jump over next door to Best Actress for our next category. And then here's where like our cool transition would do. If we did video, there'd be like a transition, but there's not. The nominees for Best Actress: Jessica Chastain for The Eyes of Tammy Faye, Olivia Colman for The Lost Daughter, Penelope Cruz for Parallel Mothers, Nicole Kidman for Being the Ricardos, and Kristen Stewart for Spencer. What do you think? I think
perhaps that Kristen Stewart is going to wipe the floor with all of these other girls.
Kristen Stewart better come to serve.
She better show up in tweed as well, and that wig that they made her wear.
Listen, I am part of the Kristen Stewart hive mind now. I really want her to win this one.
Free him.
Free me? No, I'm happy. No, I'm happy. Give Kristen Stewart a win. I want to see this second half of the Twilight Redemption arc. Robert Pattinson has fulfilled his end of the prophecy.
Yep, true.
It's Kristen Stewart's time to bring it full circle. Right?
Okay.
I am thinking absolutely prophetic, apocalyptic. Every Oscar win is for the good of preserving the good timeline, and Kristen Stewart needs to win for that to happen.
And we promise we're not just saying this because the only movie out of that list we've seen is Spencer.
No, I
Definitely
actually
not that reason.
Definitely, actually not. I've actually seen every movie, and Kristen Stewart's just the
Ever.
best one.
Yeah.
I saw them all at this point. I've been doing a lot of
Every
homework.
movie ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Yeah, she was good.
Yeah, I thought she was good. What about? Let's talk snubs. Did anyone get snubbed here? I really liked Rachel Ziegler in West Side Story.
Sure. Definitely not the girl from Power of the Dog. She was awful.
Kirsten Dunst, Mary Jane Watson.
Kirsten Dunst.
Yeah. Did
Sorry,
you know?
Kirsten, stop crying.
Did you know that in every Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movie, Mary Jane is unfaithful to her partner?
Yes. No, yeah.
Wait,
I've
what?
seen it.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. In Spider-Man 1, she cheats on Harry Osborn by kissing Peter Parker. In Spider-Man 2, she cheats on her astronaut fiance by trying to get Peter Parker to say he's in love with her. And in Spider-Man 3, doesn't she cheat on Peter with Harry again?
Yes.
It's a whole mess.
Yes,
it's a whole mess. It's a whole mess. For that, and for that, I root for Zendaya.
Would never do that.
Gwen Stacy would never do that. Gwen Stacy would absolutely never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle Jones would never.
I really liked Rachel Ziegler, and I think for like her first big movie, like she killed it. Definitely not Kirsten Dunst. I'm sorry.
Oh no, Kirsten Dunst got nominated for Best Supporting Actress. Oh, the timeline is still bad.
Hey, let's talk Best Supporting Actress next. The nominees are Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Judi Dench for Belfast, Kirsten Dunst for Power of the Dog, and Anjanou Ellis for King Richard. What say we, Academy?
Give it to Jessie Buckley because I loved her and I'm thinking of ending things, and whatever she's in, I'm sure is phenomenal, even though I have not seen The Last Daughter.
Kasey?
I really think that Ariana DeBose
I don't know.
in West Side Story, that was the sister.
Yeah, I think Ariana Dubois killed it.
She did. Yeah. I think she did really good. I think she did really good.
I'm kind of playing with different pronunciations, Charlie.
Wait, this is so sad. Only one of the girls from King Richard got nominated.
Oh no!
Dang!
Oh no!
I bet it was the one that played Serena. But
oh no!
I'm rooting for Ariana DeBose for sure. I mean, she killed it. I think she was probably the strongest performance in West Side Story. Way better than Ansel Elgort.
Yep.
She did a really good job. She was the best performance in West Side Story. IMO. Her and the guy who played Riff. He was in, I forgot what else he was in, but that guy too did a really good job.
Riff was good, and the leader of the Sharks was really good too.
Yeah, all of the like supportings were killer in West Side Story. So for me, I hope to see Ariana take it home.
Yeah, I think that realistically, she probably will. Judi Dench was fine in Belfast. She was old and motherly, and not really hard to play that. And then, you know how I feel about Dunst.
Noted actor of mother characters Charlie Heatherly confirms that it's easy to play motherly characters.
I mean,
for real.
You just be nice. Like,
what about do you guys have any more thoughts on supporting actress, or do you want to go to supporting actor?
Actor.
Let's go to supporting actor.
Let's see it. Ciaran Hinds for Belfast.
You got that so wrong.
Ciaran.
Yeah.
Hines for Belfast.
Okay.
Troy Kotzer for Coda. Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog.
Yeah.
J.K. Simmons for Being the Ricardos. And Cody Smith McPhee also for Power of the Dog. A double nom. We've seen this every year we've done this. We've seen this happen where supporting actor has 2 noms from one movie. We saw it with The Irishman. We saw it with it hurts to say, but we saw it with Judas and the Black Messiah, and now we're seeing it with Power of the Dog. It still hurts to think about. It still hurts. Still hurts. This is a hard one for me, but I think, for me personally, Cody, as much as I would love to see Jesse Plemons win something, I just think Cody Smith-McPhee had like the better performance in Power of the Dog, but both were really good. I would do one of the dog bros for this one. One of the doggers in this category.
I think Cody Smith-McPhee's name is too stupid. So I like Jesse Plemons more. And also, I love Jesse Plemons. Like, he's one of the most underrated actors in Hollywood.
He's dating Kirsten Dunst.
No shot.
Yeah, I think they might even be like married.
Kidding. Really?
Yeah.
He's married to Kirsten Dunst?
Okay, I'm sure that Kirsten Dunst as a person is really nice or whatever.
Debatable. In my opinion.
What?
Oh, also, wait. Kieran Hines in Belfast, he played opposite Judi Dench as the grandfather, where Judi Dench was the grandmother, and he was also fine.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Oh, I see. Well, for me, I think if Jesse Plemons wins, maybe they will stop making him play horrible, horrible people.
Wait, but he was the nicest person in Power of the Dog.
No, literally, exactly. Exactly.
Oh, right. It'll be like, look, he can play not vile people.
Yeah, he can play not like scum boot suckling people. Like
yeah,
so,
I mean, he was in dude, yeah, and I'm thinking of ending things in Judas and the Black Messiah and Breaking Bad. Why is he get typecast as like
in the Power of the Dog cast? I said I was so terrified that he was just going to be rancid the entire film, and I was pleasantly surprised that he was decent, like a decent person. So
do you guys?
I'll give it to Jesse.
Let's see some Jesse love. Sure, I'm down. Let's talk about. I've seen a lot of discourse about this next category on Twitter.com. I see a lot of people screeching their heads off about this category. It's time for Best Visual Effects.
Oh boy.
The nominees are Dune, Please Don't Laugh, Free Guy, No Time to Die, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, and Spider-Man No Way Home. What a lineup.
Holy crap.
What a lineup of movies
Tom Holland
that
somes won.
What a lineup of movies that, aside from Dune, did not make me say, "Wow, that had great visual effects." Where's the Suicide Squad? Where's like Godzilla versus Kong? Like, where are the visually impressive movies here aside from Dune? Spider-Man No Way Home. We talked about how the lizard looked like claymation, did we not?
Yep, we did.
Yes.
We did.
They were literally patching that movie during its theatrical run. Yeah.
Okay, wait. This is actually a rare time where I have seen every single movie in the category.
Oh, okay. What are your thoughts?
Okay, Spider-Man No Way Home, claymation, bad, stupid, Marvel
Definitely
movie.
Definitely not.
Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, super bland and boring.
Yeah, it was
VFX-wise.
Good, but not like over the top impressive, right? Like serviceable.
Shang-Chi as a movie is great for representation and very entertaining, and I think showed a side of superhero movies that we haven't seen, yada, yada, yada. VFX, not that great.
Right. Nothing special.
No Time to Die. I actually really liked the practical effects in that movie. Like, pretty good. That is the only movie on this list that I think probably got on here due to its practical effects. And I mean, hell yeah, great movie for that. Free Guy. I love it because one of the best effects is they got a really buff guy and then just put Ryan Reynolds' head on the buff guy. Yep.
On the buff guy.
We're honoring that at the most prestigious award show. Love it. Hope it wins. Dune's gonna win and should win. Like, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
This isn't a question to me. It's Dune all the way. I'm sad about the snubs here. I think The Suicide Squad, capital T, The Suicide Squad, had really, really good visual effects.
Yep.
I would have loved to see a win for that. I haven't seen Eternals, but I've been seeing a lot of like clips from it, and people were like, "How did this not get nominated?" And based on what I've seen, I agree, and it might entice me to actually watch Eternals. But I don't know. But yeah, Dune, I feel like it's just, I mean, how do you compete? Like the scope, the scale. Other words for big, right? It was really good.
Dune is going to sweep all of these like B tier categories.
Right, the technicals for sure.
Yeah, the technicals. That's a nicer term to put.
Yeah, I just made that one up. Okay. I mean, I think we're pretty set on that one. Did you hear that, Mr. Oscar? We figured it out. What about? I'm looking for like something that's exciting but not too exciting. Score. Best score.
Yep.
Or
Yep.
Yeah, let's think about it. Don't Look Up. Dune. Yeah. Okay. Get it out now. Don't Look Up.
Stupidest nomination I've ever heard.
Don't Look Up. Dune. I Have to Sneeze. Encanto. Parallel Mothers. Power of the Dog. I'm thinking a lot of thoughts right now.
I am too.
I
gotta go with Hans.
For is that Dune?
Yeah, for Dune.
Yeah, you gotta
the
go with
amount
Dune.
of anxiety.
Okay, wait, but Power of the Dog score was really, really good.
We did
it's
talk about
between
that.
Dune and Power of the Dog for me. Like, no offense to Encanto.
Yeah, sorry, Lynn.
It's not even Lynn, it's Jermaine Franco.
Oh,
It's not even the Lynn songs.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
then not Encanto. Yeah, it's either Dune or Power of the Dog. I think because as much as I loved the blah of Dune, I really appreciated like how acute the score was in Power of the Dog. Like it was like pinpointing exactly the tension you needed to feel. I like the little banjo and the piano.
Mm-hmm.
I think Power of the Dog was really, really good. And for me, I think I'm going to go with Power of the Dog.
I think that's a fair pick. I definitely think it's between Dune and Power of the Dog. And I think Dune edges it out for me because it's just more unique. Like I've never heard a sci-fi movie sound like that and stick in my head so much. I'm sure it's happened before, but it's just iconic at this point. The like random chanting that goes on for most of the movie. Like it's stuck in my head. So to me, the winner is Dune.
Very fair and reasonable. Mr. Oscar, there's going to be some debate on this one. We'll have to get back to. What about scrolling, thinking, lots of thoughts? What about song?
Oh my God, I'm so prepped for this.
Let's bring
Original
in
song?
the music. Yes, the song, the best original song, The Spice of Life. The nominees are Be Alive from King Richard, Dos Oruguitas from Encanto, Down to Joy from Belfast, No Time to Die from No Time to Die, and Somehow You Do from 4 Good Days. I've only seen one of these movies, so there's one answer for me, and it's probably what I would have picked anyways. And that's Dos Oruguitas. That sequence is incredible. That song is so sweet and bittersweet and heart-wrenching. And you know what? We can throw Lynn a bone this time, is what I have to say. Give Lynn an inch. Give Lynn an inch. Give Lynn an inch.
Give Lynn an inch. I'm so for that. I'm tired of the endless hate on this guy.
What do you think?
Hamilton Stan era.
Do you want that one to win?
For
what
me
do you
or
want
for
to win?
Charlie?
For either of you.
Kasey, go.
You know what? I like No Time to Die. Like that's something that even before the movie came out was consistently in my rotation of songs. Yeah, and I don't know, it just gives like certain James Bond movies, like the music, like the original songs connected to the James Bond movies always eat.
You remember
Adele,
Skyfall?
Yes.
With Skyfall, the chokehold that Adele had on everyone with Skyfall.
A nation united under Adele.
Yeah, we used to be a proper country. A good country.
Charlie.
United under Adele's Skyfall.
United we stand. United we stand.
Yeah, you see, we stand. Exactly. But yeah, I would go with No Time to Die. But Dos Araguitas is pretty, yeah. I wouldn't be mad if Lynn won. Would we hear about it for the rest of our days? Yes. But I wouldn't be mad about it.
Yeah.
Charlie, what say you?
Okay. I have listened to all these songs in preparation for this very category. Coming in at a hard number 5 is Somehow You Do from 4 Good Days. This is the most generic and bland country song ever. And in the comments, it's like a bunch of like 50 8-year-olds going, oh my gosh, this put words to what I was thinking, because they're all sad in the country.
Dang.
Very boring song, incredibly basic. Number 5. Number 4, this is going to come as a shock, and I might get canceled for this. Be Alive. Sorry, Beyonce. It was a little generic. I really liked it, but still a little generic. Like, Be Alive and everything else on here is good and like pretty good. But Be Alive, it just felt like a hype song, and I wasn't that moved by it.
Okay.
Now is when things get a little challenging.
Okay.
I don't think I could genuinely rate. I'm just going to call it Dose because I'm going to butcher the second part. Dose, Down to Joy, and No Time to Die. I don't think I can really rate them because they're so close and each of them is so good. Down to Joy is by Van Morrison, by the way. And it's like just this really happy, classic, like 80s upbeat tune, or like 70s, 80s upbeat tune. So I think, oh boy, I think it really is actually between Dose and No Time to Die. I'm going to give it to Dos Oruguitas. I'm going to do it. Moving, absolutely moving. The animation to it is beautiful. You got to think of the context in which it was presented, I feel like, and Dos Oruguitas definitely beats out an opening credit scroll in No Time to Die.
Fair.
Well,
all right. Screw my opinions, huh, Charlie?
Yeah, screw you, Kasey.
Yeah, Kasey, sorry, L, but it's okay.
I'm getting booted.
What about, okay, let's speed run some. All right, let's speed, well, hold on. Let me actually see what time we're at before we decide to speed run them. Can we have some time. Let's talk sound. I'm just going up the line at this point. Sound, all right? Let's do some sort of lightning rounds. We got Belfast, Dune, No Time to Die, Power of the Dog, West Side Story for best sound.
Dune.
No, you can say it. It's fine.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Shut up.
I was going to say West Side Story.
I think that's fair. I really like West Side Story.
But it goes in between Dune. Well, I just think they like caught a lot of like different details in the like.
No, that's true.
Fair.
No, Kasey.
You survived this day, Kasey.
Kasey, I'm here to support you. Kasey, I'm right here next to you. But Dune.
But Dune. I agree with But Dune. Next
what
category.
About makeup and hairstyling? Coming to America, Cruella, Dune, The Eyes of Tammy Faye, and House of Gucci. This is a category that for me, I always pick this category based on like, oh, that was cute. Oh, I liked that. You know, like I don't think too hard about it. I've actually only seen one of them.
Nice.
Really?
Yeah. Which one are you surprised that I didn't see?
Cruella.
I will not ever watch Cruella. I will not ever watch Cruella.
Oh,
I just feel no need to watch Dog Skinner Lady's movie.
Okay, it's not.
Everyone always tries to say this. Everyone always tries to tell me.
You haven't seen the movie.
And guess what? Guess what? I still don't care.
Oh, wow.
Wow, she was nearly in an interracial relationship. Never mind.
So
what?
Close.
Never mind. I'm gonna stop.
Dog Skinner Lady was nearly progressive.
Listen,
James,
give it to Dune. The Fremens, they looked really cool.
But
also,
is that
like,
costuming or is that makeup and hairstyle?
True.
though?
Cruella gets it.
Baron Harkonnen. That was costume and makeup. It's
Makeup
makeup and hairstyling.
Oh, wait,
You're
no
right.
hair.
Wait, you're right.
Actually, House of Gucci might win this because of Jared Leto.
Yeah, because they made that man.
Okay.
Yeah.
I abdicate my opinion on this category. I'm not well informed enough to talk about it.
I would say
Spencer.
either House of Gucci or Cruella.
Spencer snubbed.
That's fair.
No.
I mean,
okay.
I don't think they really did too much to like.
Costuming should be nominated for.
Is that its own? It is its own category. Okay, costume. The nominees are Cruella, Cyrano, Dune, Nightmare Alley, and West Side Story. Head very full of thoughts right now. Okay, hold on. The costuming in Nightmare Alley is good.
Kasey.
I like the carnival outfits, and I like his big coats. To me, big coats are very gender.
What? What does that mean?
I like the big coats.
No. What does that mean?
Good old gender envy. Big
It's like
coat.
it just means I want a big coat.
Okay. So
Okay,
can
we'll
I
get
use
you a
that in my
nice
daily language?
trench.
Will people laugh at me if I say that's so gender?
I think they'd think you're an ally.
Am I 30 years old? What has happened?
Again, bi wife energy.
Listen, give it to be completely honest, West Side. Okay, these are all good. West Side Story, really good.
They're all really good.
I would not be the only thing I'd be upset about is if Cyrano or Cruella won. Dude,
Okay.
Nightmare Alley, West Side Story, I'm happy.
Cruella ate
Why the
though.
Serrano hate?
Because I haven't seen it.
Okay.
The
So
Cruella
you're
hate.
just gonna
He hates what he can't understand.
stand for real.
I'm bigoted here. Give it to Dune, Nightmare Alley, or West Side Story.
I hope no one like clips that.
Please.
Yeah,
sound bite.
please.
Listen, I'm saying Cruella simply because that movie, like that's the only reason why I watched the movie is for the fashion aspects of it.
Okay.
True.
The only reason, and they fairly delivered.
They did. No, like really
Yeah.
interesting set pieces designed around dresses. It was
Yeah,
great.
like the Marie Antoinette party where everyone was. Yeah. Yep. Yes.
Okay, give it to Cruella. Next category. We need to get to animated feature.
To West Side Story. Production design. No, I actually, Dune, Nightmare Alley, Power of the Dog, Tragedy of Macbeth, West Side Story. A lot of big hitters here.
it.
This is a hard one. Let me say, I absolutely adore the production design in Nightmare Alley. I love all the carnival set pieces. I think they're beautifully chilling and creepy and scary and carnival-y, and that's what it needed to be. West Side Story, though, also absolutely killed it. I think of the Rumble. That was insane. I think
That was
of
great.
the dance. That was great. West Side Story had a lot of good sets. Tragedy of Macbeth. They shot that whole thing in a soundstage in LA. They did magic there. These are all, I mean, Dune, of course. Power of the Dog, that one I don't see as much for production design specifically. But there's a lot of heavy hitters here. I think I'm a little carnival boy. I would probably give it to Nightmare Alley or West Side Story.
Whoa.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. And I did not like Nightmare Alley, but it's
Yeah.
between Nightmare Alley and West Side Story.
That
Wow.
scene where he's in like the maze, like the spooky carnival maze, that was
The
one
House
of my
Damnation.
that was one of my favorite things ever. That was so cool to me. I loved it. That's
Okay.
everything I wanted that movie to be, was right there.
I'm going to give it to
Yeah.
Dune because that I was like transported. Like in the theater when you're getting that Dune experience, the production design and the way that all of these sets are set up is so key to how you're feeling. And I think that it absolutely deserves to win here. And I could totally see something for all of the other categories except for Power of the Dog. I agree that the
Power of
rest
the
of these
Dog
are
was
really
just
strong.
like Power of the Dog was just like Barnes, you know?
Yeah, that's not hard.
Yeah. Give it to West Side Story, I think, is technically very impressive here. But I think for me, I'm going to lean towards Nightmare Alley just for personal taste reasons.
Fair.
The next category is a big one. We're getting into the biggers here. The big ones, the bigger categories. What do you think about animated feature? Let's talk about it, all right? The nominees here are Encanto, Flea, Luca, The Mitchells versus the Machines, and Raya and the Last Dragon.
Oh, that's
It's
interesting.
It ain't gonna be. Let me tell you, one thing about me. I'm not gonna pick Raya.
Okay. Mr. Oscar, I have an ultimatum for you. If you do not choose the Mitchells versus the Machines, I will personally drive a car into your house and force you on a cross-country road trip. Because that movie has so much heart and is so well animated and is so unique and ingenious that if it doesn't win, I think that we're crazy. And I don't think that this show really has any merit. Mitchells versus the Machines needs to beat Disney for the world to stay in balance.
That is what I'm talking about.
Yep, I also agree.
We're trying to make the good timeline here. I think it's no question Mitchells versus the Machines. I love Luca. I adore Luca, but it's the Mitchells versus the Machines every time. I will never not pick it.
Yep.
America.
And Encanto was great too. I really liked Encanto, and I think in terms of representation, again, it was really, really phenomenal. But it just doesn't have the heart that Mitchell's versus the Machines does.
He really leaned into the Encanto.
Right. I wasn't gonna say nothing.
I got a California surfer boy accent. What the
that one? That one right next to Shang-Chi.
Shit. No, I did not say Shang-Chi. I said Shang-Chi. I pronounced it correctly.
What about best? Listen, let's move on before.
No, wait. One thing about Flea. So Flea is here not because it is really that great of an animated movie, but because it used animation in a documentary in a way that I haven't really seen before. It should not win animated feature because the animation is not impressive at all, but it probably should win best documentary.
Ooh,
an animated documentary.
Fair.
Curious.
I kind of like that though.
Yeah, that's cute.
It is the most perfect movie for the Oscars ever because it's like about a very serious topic and they use animation in a fun and creative way. It should not win animated feature for that. It should win best documentary for that.
Okay. Fair. Let's get to the screenplays. You want to go original or adapted?
Which one have we seen more of?
I think it's about even.
Okay. Let's do a speed run of adapted. Everyone gets one word as their answer.
Right. Well, you get as many words as the title you pick.
Yep.
Adapted screenplay. We've got Coda, Drive My Car, Dune, The Lost Daughter, The Power of the Dog.
Dune,
and not just because of the Dune hype, but I feel like to properly adapt Dune, like we've seen a Dune adaptation try and fail. To properly adapt Dune is a major feat. And this movie did it with such charm and style. Actually, not that much charm, but a whole lot of style. Yeah, Dune. Simple.
Yeah.
Dune.
Next.
I think for me, if dang it, I totally forgot the name. Never mind. Go on.
What about, well, okay, hold on. But let's think about, this is a screenplay.
Devil All the Time. If Devil All the Time didn't win it, neither should Power of the Dog.
True.
Wow,
Real.
Awesome take.
Yeah,
let's
talk, but I mean, like, is the writing, right? We're talking about screenplay. Is the screenwriting in Dune better than that of Power of the Dog? Like, is interesting. Okay.
No question.
Interesting. No question. I think it's a question for me, but I'm still thinking Dune. We'll put a pin in that, though.
Okay. Original screenplay. Belfast, Don't Look Up,
King Richard, Licorice Pizza, The Worst Person in the World. I have actually seen none of these.
I've seen two.
So I'm gonna do a rare thing here and shut my mouth.
Wow. Kasey, how many of these have you seen?
None of these, but
okay.
Oh my gosh. Take it away, Charlie.
King Richard.
Take it away, Charlie.
Okay.
Take that,
so,
Oscars.
King Richard, I hear, is really good. I haven't seen it. Licorice Pizza, I also hear the same thing about. Haven't heard of The Worst Person in the World ever. That will not win.
Oh, really?
Belfast and Don't Look Up. Okay. Don't Look Up is the hottest garbage that has somehow gotten nominated for a bunch of Oscars. That movie is so bad, it makes me lose faith in cinema. And I can't believe that it has been given a Best Picture nom above like tons of other movies this year. Wow. I'm shocked Pig isn't in this list somewhere. That was a great screenplay. But Don't Look Up, if it wins, the world should riot and should feel like we have finally lost the climate change struggle. Belfast is a very good original screenplay. Has a ton of heart. You can very much tell that it's somebody's story. It's something that they've been waiting to tell for a while. I think this movie was directed by Kenneth Branagh, who grew up during the time of the Troubles. So, like, you can just tell all of the details there are things that he lived through. It gives the movie a lot of credibility. I think Belfast is a great winner for this.
You heard it here first. I've got nothing to say.
Yeah.
You heard it.
Go Charlie.
It'll be Belfast. We've only got 2 more categories. Our time is coming to an end. However, we'll go out with a bang. Second to last, Best Director, Kenneth Branagh for Belfast. Ryusuke Hamaguchi for Drive My Car.
That was really good.
Thank you. Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza. Jane Campion for Power of the Dog, and Steven Spielberg. He's back for West Side Story.
Ooh.
There are two roads diverge in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled. I see two options here for Best Director. What do you see?
3.
I see 2.
Kasey, what 2?
Power of the Dog and West Side Story.
Okay. Charlie, what do you see?
It's because you guys haven't seen Belfast. Kenneth Branagh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen,
he was a great director for that.
To quote this tweet I saw one time, Steven Spielberg proves why he should win Best Director in West Side Story with the first shot and then does it again 2,000 more times throughout the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
Give it to Spielberg.
Yes. You should give it to Spielberg. They will not, though. They will give it to Jane Campion.
They will give it to Campion. They should give it to Spielberg. Put some respect on the king's name, right?
There's so much respect on his name already. They're not going to give him another Oscar.
Give it to him.
they should. I entirely agree. I think that Steven Spielberg bodied it in West Side Story.
Yeah,
that was classic Spielberg. Like
he like precision cut, did exactly what needed to be done.
Yep.
No gaps, no holes. Measure twice, cut once. I think that was a precision job in West Side Story, and the amount of passion. It was like, dang, this is the movies, right? Like, this is what movies are about. When I was watching it, that's how I felt, at least.
Yep.
I very passionately am rooting for Steven Spielberg for Best Director.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that TikTok sound where it's like the piano.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got one more category, all right? Things might get hairy here.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Listen, you know how we like to tussle.
Don't get mad because I know how you like to tussle.
Here we are at the end of our Oscar talks for this year. We've got one more category. It's Best Picture. It's the one we're all here for. Am I right?
Yes.
Yeah. The nominees for Best Picture this year, everyone hold your breath, clench tight. Ooh. Here they come. Belfast, Coda, Don't Look Up, Drive My Car, Dune, King Richard, Licorice Pizza, Nightmare Alley, The Power of the Dog, and West Side Story. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things just doesn't belong.
How did Don't Look Up? Is it just because of the Don't Look Up got so many nominees? Is it because of the climate change aspect of it?
Yes, it's because everyone in Hollywood is I want to say a lot of curse words, is really stupid and thinks that this movie is smart and intelligent. But the movie genuinely treats its audience like they are dumb, and it treats the people that don't believe in climate change like they are dumb. And to an extent, some people are very stubborn about it. But the way you're going to convince them to start believing in climate change is not by saying, you're so stupid, stop being stupid.
Yeah, that's very true. I heard that my favorite commentary on this movie is a Letterboxd review that said it's like, do you remember that video at the beginning of the pandemic of all the celebrities singing Imagine with Gal Gadot?
Mm-hmm.
That video, if it was 2 hours long.
Yep.
Oh, man. Yeah.
What's that video of Millie Bobby Brown? You may say I'm a dreamer.
Okay. I think that's enough.
Don't give it to Don't Look Up. That's at the bottom of the list. I haven't even seen it.
Truly the bottom of the list.
I also am just now realizing we forgot Best Editor. So editing. So while we all think about Best Animated Picture, let's quickly editing. Don't Look Up, Dune, King Richard, Power of the Dog, Tick, Tick, Boom.
Tick, Tick, Boom.
Tick, Tick, Boom.
Tick, Tick, Boom, Tick, Tick, Scoom. Back to Best Picture. Here we go. Where were we? I know my answer. Okay, here I know what I want to win, and I know what I think will win. I will say I'm surprised to see Nightmare Alley here. I watched it, and while overall I enjoyed it, I was a little disappointed. It wasn't what I wanted it to be, but overall, it was a good movie. I like Guillermo del Toro. I don't think it was Best Picture material.
Me either. Okay, here's my Nightmare Alley take.
Oh.
It should have been a limited series. It should not have been a 2.5 hour movie. the performances were good. The story was semi-interesting, but the way that everything came about was kind of boring, and I could see the twist by like mid movie.
Absolutely, I could see the twist a mile away. I think
it just wasn't compelling to me.
Act 1 of Nightmare Alley was everything I wanted. Act 1 of Nightmare Alley was so good. And I also really liked seeing everything come crumbling down at the very end. Like, I think the way the movie ends is like, it's a little easy to see coming, like the foreshadowing. At least it was to me. But I thought it was still a really, really great ending. And I can't really critique it too much for being like, oh, it should have been more about the carnival, because it's based on a book and like,
right, yeah,
so it's like, I guess I just don't like the book then. But yeah, I like Nightmare Alley. I have mixed feelings about it. I wouldn't give it Best Picture. I feel like for me it's between Power of the Dog and West Side Story.
Oh, you said the wrong name.
You're cutting out Dune completely, James?
That's a tough take.
I like Dune, but sci-fi doesn't win. Sci-fi doesn't win Best Picture ever. I don't think Dune will win.
Okay, so this is what you think will win, not what you want to win.
Right. I think Power of the Dog will win. I would put money on Power of the Dog winning. 95% chance.
100%.
Okay.
But if you could ask me what movie I want to win, it's West Side Story.
Oh.
I know. Dune. I know that breaks some hearts. But
I think it's Dune.
See, I really like Dune too. But West Side Story just like left me full. Like, Dune is a part 1. I feel like once part 2, it's like Lord of the Rings, right? It's like, I wouldn't give Fellowship of the Ring Best Picture, but I look at the complete trilogy of Lord of the Rings as like one of the highest points of cinema. I feel like Dune will be something similar, where like, I don't know that I can absolutely judge it when it's only part 1. Like, we haven't seen all of what Dune has to offer yet. I think Dune is one complete experience that we've seen half of. And for me, West Side Story just gave me everything, you know? It left nothing lacking in my heart. So for me, listen, I love Dune. And if Dune Part 2 finishes what Dune Part 1 started, give Part 2 Best Picture. I hope it doesn't suck.
Wow. Okay. So I think that your Lord of the Rings comparison might be apt, because the Lord of the Rings movie that won Best Picture was Return of the King. And it was the last one. Now, do I think Return of the King is the best Lord of the Rings movie? I don't really know. I don't know. There's a beauty to beginnings. And I think that we grossly underestimate the power of beginnings. And I think that Dune, as a beginning to a story, has hooked me in. I'm absolutely watching the second one no matter what.
Yeah.
And I think that Dune gave me an experience in the cinema that I haven't either felt in a very long time or that I've never felt before. Just like the scope of everything was so overwhelming, and the attention to detail was so precise that I legitimately felt like I was in that world and that I wanted to live in it more by watching more of that movie. Like, Dune was long and it didn't feel like it because I was so enchanted. True. I'm shocked that they did not give my boy Dennis a Best Director nom. I think that's wild. That's so wild.
That is a big snub, for sure. A big snub.
Dune wins it just because it made me like remember the power of theaters, and it made me remember why people go and see movies on the big screen.
See, that's how I felt about West Side Story. Like, West Side Story was
the big screen too.
Was archetypal movie to me. It was like, that was like, I felt the movie magic, you know? I won't be mad at all if Dune wins. Like, I'll be very pleasantly surprised if Dune wins, because it's like rare for sci-fi stuff to win, I feel like. But if Dune wins, I'll be like, oh yeah, go Dune, great. But just like, if you ask me what my favorite movie this year was, it's probably West Side Story. And I feel like that's my criterion for like Best Picture. You know, it's like, it was the one I liked the best. Mm-hmm. So I mean, I like, I don't see myself as like disagreeing with you so much as it's just like, yes, but I liked this one more.
That's fair.
I see.
I'm just really sad that Power of the Dog is probably going to win.
Yeah.
Because I just think that movie's so okay. It's It's very slow paced. I don't know why every critic thinks that it's the best thing to grace this planet.
I think it's Oscar baity.
I think it's super Oscar baity. The performances are great, but like a lot of the best twists of that movie are not really like said out loud. So you're left to watch it like 30 times before you actually pick up on stuff. Which I don't really think is the sign of a good movie. I don't want to have to watch a movie like 4 times to get, some of the bare essentials to really enjoying it.
Yeah. It's like how I felt Power of the Dog is this year's Nomadland. And I was very upset when Nomadland won last year. RIP, Sound of Metal forever in our hearts. Sound of Metal was my favorite movie of last year. And like the passion I feel for West Side Story is the passion I felt for Sound of Metal. Although, of course, West Side Story is a much bigger, like blockbustery kind of thing. I don't know, Kasey, you're Team Dune, right? Weigh in.
Yeah. I'll give it to Dune. I think everything that you guys are saying is completely accurate. Like, I'll say that I want Dune to win, but I can totally see Power of the Dog winning over Dune or West Side Story winning over them. But we have to look at patterns, which I think is what you, James, are trying to say. Like, sci-fi does not win in these like big categories. Musical movies don't really win in this.
Remember what they did to La La Land. Never forget what they did to La La Land.
But yeah, and it's just like musical movies don't really win in this.
She's gone.
Big, what? Am I cutting out?
No.
Can you say that again? You cut out for me at least.
Oh, sorry.
Just start from musical movies don't win.
Yeah, musical movies don't win. Sci-fi movies don't win. Like too edgy movies don't really win. Like Nightmare Alley, Licorice Pizza. Like I feel
they're
like
not gonna win.
I don't think that they're gonna win. So the only thing that's like Power of the Dog is the safest, most like not mid, but it's kind of like middle of the pack. But because it's the safest, it doesn't really stray from the pattern that they've created with Nomadland winning last year. Yeah, I think it is going to go to Power of the Dog, sadly.
I will be sad if it wins, but I will not be surprised if it wins.
Yes.
What a sort of glum note to like end our discussion on.
Yeah.
Because us resigned to our fate that the Academy sucks.
Yeah.
I don't know. Commenters, let us know what you think of our takes. Are we dumb? Am I dumb for saying that West Side Story Best Picture? I don't know. I don't know if I am or not.
No.
But let us know in the comments what you think was the best picture, what you think will win, and what you think you want to win. Please let us know below, and we'll talk about it in the comments. We'll take it to the comments. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe, drop a like, drop a thumbs up, share it with your friends. Say, hey, look at what these guys had to say about the Oscars, friend. What do you think about that? Get some conversation going, because knowledge is power. When we inevitably get all of these correct and have successfully predicted the Oscar, come back here and comment, I can't believe I didn't listen to these guys sooner. We're the podcast of the future, baby. If you want to support us on our journey to take over the world, you can become a patron at patreon.com/Socratic Cinema. We will be the next big thing with your support for as little as $1 a month. If you want to keep up with us on social media, you can find us on Twitter at Cinema Socratic. You can find us on Instagram at Socratic_cinema, where we post haha funnies. And also, just have a good, safe, restful day. You know, I really am wishing you the best on this week with your week, whatever's coming up, any future endeavors you may have. I know you're strong and you can do this. And we all here at Socratic Cinema are right behind you. That's all.
True.
Yep, that's all, folks.
Beautiful.
Like and subscribe.
That was my Looney Tunes rendition because Kasey.
That's all, folks.